Hello, my beautiful peasants, and welcome back to the tavern. Oh, my mic is way over there. Hello again, but closer. I'm a little behind because I was messing around in Discord, having a good time. There's a really good question of the day today, and my screen's frozen. Let me restart part of my stream. It's just that kind of Thursday. It's just silliness. What can I say? My community is very funny. Got my attention. Okay. Every now and then my stream is like, you know what? I'm tired. I have everything up right now. Let me just restart the capture and it should just snap. There we go. It's fixed. There we go. Neato. Speaking of stream and OBS, I'll be doing my very first video game stream. Like a real streamer girl. I'm not saying that again. Anyway, we're gonna be playing Peak tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Same time as right now, but 24 hours from now. It'll be me, Just Lingual, and Aloha. It's gonna be a really good time. I'm super excited. It's gonna be right here on YouTube. I'll post about it in Discord. But yeah, you should subscribe if you're not already. YouTube may or may not tell you about the stream, so just know that it's tomorrow at 1. Hello to Square Peg Paint and Otaka. And of course, Aloha. Yes, again, this is tomorrow. Gave me time. Yes, tomorrow. Did I say today? Sometimes I say today. I am so excited, and it was so difficult for me to, again, I bought Peak last night to get everything set up, obviously, and make sure my audio is working. And I can't remember the last time that I bought a game and didn't like play it right away. I very much so felt like when I was a kid and like you like buy a game for some reason, but then like because your parents drive you to GameStop or something, but then you have to go to school the next day. I very much so feel like a kid that's like at school still, but I just want to go home and play my new game. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, I really want to keep reading the question of the day stuff, but I need to do my job, which is this. Okay, first part of job. Hello to Paint, saying I can't share the file. Okay, here it is. What are you trying to share with me? Oh, is this the work you want me to review? I generally want screenshots, but I'll let this pass because it's an in-depth review. Let me save this. First thing we're gonna do today is review student work really quick, which I think is just paint today. The rest of my students have been able to handle over DMs pretty quick, but paint has been cooking like a lot. And it's too much to type out. It's so much easier just to review it here as is. Okay, I got it downloaded. Hello to Leah. You're new, I believe. Welcome in. I'm reviewing one of my students' work really quick here, and then we will get to just M3DM Monday stuff, what models I'm cleaning up from the week. All right. This might be better to have. Here we go. Oh, this piece. Yes, I know you're talking about paint. Okay, very good. You have made a lot of progress with your face sculpts and whatnot. I'm very, very happy to see it. Let me change this matte cap so it's a little bit easier to see it. Okay. The hair blob is pretty successful. She does have a bit of a bald spot happening here. Just don't forget to take these sections and cover the head, just kind of like that. Another way you can prevent that issue is by, when you do your mask, make sure you're masking the entire volume of the head, kind of like that. When you do this shape right here, that will prevent that, so you can extract from here. The side profile is pretty good. You have a couple key things that you're kind of missing, like landmark-wise, which is our nose, our bridge right here, does come in a little bit. See that on the side of my face? So I have this round forehead, and then it dips in and then comes out again. There's all kinds of different head shapes, don't get me wrong, but they all have this dip right here, which lines up with the corner of the eye, which is why you need where to put that. The nose shape, the rest of that's fine. The corner of the mouth should also pull back a little bit. Again, mouths are different shapes too, but see how it kind of lines up under my eye? Yours is close, but it could still be set back even a little bit further. You're missing some bony landmarks in the chin here, which should have a little bit more volume. And the biggest thing that I'm noticing that you are having trouble with is where to put that jawline. I'm very happy that you're not just doing like a straight sucked in jawline. Like there is gonna be some tissue right here, which is what connects to your neck. But where you're placing this line, which for you, you're placing it right here, you're placing it much too harshly and not quite in the right spot. So there's an interesting symmetry or flow that happens in the face. Let me hide the hair, which is the top. So see like this ear tube right here, this section. If you take the bottom of it and swoop down, that's where that line follows. That can be a good guide for you. Obviously, if your ears are placed in the wrong spot, this isn't gonna work, but you do have them placed somewhat in the right spot. Elf ears kind of get a break. Generally speaking, your ears don't pass the top of your eyes, generally speaking. But yes, this cheekbone line should follow this ear tube, kind of like this. Do you see how far off your line is there? So you don't want this. This is going to be smoothed out. That's going to be more gentle. And then instead, if you want to build up any cheekbone area, which people have varying strengths of cheekbone, it's going to look more like that. Obviously, I'm making it very exaggerated here, but that's where the plane changes. There, not here. See what I mean? See the difference here? Let me mirror and weld really quick. It looks like it's really happy now because I mirrored it. It's really funny. All right, turn on perspective. She's also bald. You had perspective off as well, which is gonna make your life a little bit harder. When you're sculpting faces, you're going to want to have perspective on. What does perspective do? Perspective makes it so that things that are closer to the camera look larger, and when they're farther away, they look smaller. So when you have perspective off, it flattens your face, which can make it harder to get these sculpts correct. That was a pretty big blanket of information to give you. I think that's enough for you to kind of work with. You are kind of still missing this inside tear duct area, but there's a lot going right here. You've made a lot of progress recently. I think that's enough for you to chew on. The best thing you have going right here is one, you got all the features roughly in the right spot and roughly in the right proportions. And then two, your hair blob's actually quite nice. It doesn't look that different than how my hair blobs start. So, good job. Very, very proud of you. Seriously, keep on going, Paint. Paint also gets, this is part of my mentorship program, in addition to having one of your pieces reviewed every week on stream, you also can ask for a technique demo. So let me see if Paint has a question on what technique he wants demoed. That can be Z-Remesher, that can be Sculptors Pro, that can be whatever. Yeah, take notes. No, in that case, actually, Paint, I really like that you gave me the ZPR instead of screenshots. So even though I said I usually want screenshots, I take it back. I really, really like when you want a piece in-depth, an in-depth review, send me that ZPR. I really liked that, actually. That was fun. I'm sorry about the ad popping up, but you can just rewind. The stream will still be there. There won't always be an ad covering your spot. Okay, and then if you want a technique demo, just go ahead and send me a DM and I will get to that. All right, good stuff. I tried to find a good balance between giving you guys some direction when there is a piece you want reviewed versus just tearing apart every single little thing you can improve. There's always something you can improve, so I try to go after the big ones. If I had to summarize again, your biggest issue, just one issue, it's this placement. You're not finding this plane of the face correctly. So on my face, it's here. So from here down, that's a different plane. Does that make sense? This is a plane. So it's, when I say plane, what do I mean? I mean like, it's a flat sticky note. So like, this is a flat plane. And then when I come over to here, that doesn't make sense, right? That plane changes. It's like this. That's the plane. I feel like that's easier to see. There you go. Otaka says, this Dungeon Master looks so cool. I'm so gonna print it way too big and place it somewhere in my home. Oh, really? I really appreciate that. Oh, that's sweet. That's so awesome. Good, I'm glad that makes sense, Paint. Let's see, what else? Oh, Otaka requested the Lo-Fi Girl, and I love that. That makes me so happy. I watched the Lo-Fi Girl channel and like religiously in college. It like kept my sanity together a little bit. Thank you, Alo, for finding that another example of a faceplane. Yeah, that looks. Did you make that, or is it a simpler version of the Asaro head? There's some good things in there. There's also some mistakes in there, but it's pretty good overall. I do like it too because it gets the eye area correct. The neck thing is a little weird. The ears are a little weird. But I really like that it has that flat plane right here. Sorry, I'm talking about something and then not showing it to you guys. I have that fixed. Oh, of course that's not working either. One second. Today, OBS decided it's going to be tired and none of the, there we go, capture's gonna be accurate. There we go. And then I need to get rid of today's sculpt. How about I smooth on top? Boop. There we go. So this is the head they're talking about. That this is, again, a simpler version of the Asaro head. This plane right here is super important that your head gets flattened on the sides, but the big one that Peyton needs to look at is the one right here. Again, think of the top of the ear tube, and then that comes down. That'll help you find it. Lo-Fi Girl has a name now. Jade. Ah. It's Lo-Fi Girl. That is sweet though, and I think that's a pretty similar name. I like that. All right. Yes, nice. Wasn't sure you'd do Lo-Fi Girl because copyright or something. I'm never gonna copy something straight out, and if I want to get really adorable with it, I have the game Lo-Fi City Spirit Sessions where you make your own avatar, but it's kind of in that like cozy style. I could just make the avatar I created instead, and it'd be no issue. Yeah. Thank you, Aloha, for sharing that head again. I like it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. The only real issues is the mouth has some funkiness and the neck is really, but yeah, stuff's in the right spot. It's just odd choices. Okay. My goal right now is just to finish what's on my board below me, which is review student art, big check, and then 2, finish the Dungeon Master, which will mean that my M3DM Monday release for next week is complete. I always like to work 2 weeks ahead. Also, this is like so not the right file. Where's the correct file? Work in progress. Is it this one? There we go. I was like, this is out of date. I did more work than this. Yes, there's also the medieval version, Lo-Fi Girl. Yes, I also listened to that as well. Scribing transcripts, something like that, would fit better for fantasy. Okay, cool. So it sounds like you're not picky at all. I'll probably do that. But she'll definitely be sitting at a desk, you know, drawing. A lot like this. Absolutely. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then a reminder to all of y'all, there is the very first Taverb gaming stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. It'll be me, Aloha, and Just Lingual playing Peak. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a good time. All right, let's get this post processed and ready to go. But first, I don't know if my art brain can let go of this just yet. I love that Just Lingual was excited to print it big, and then I'm like, oh, I feel like there's some areas on this where the fabric folds are kind of weird, or I could do a better job. I probably just need to be cool with it. It's fine. Yeah. Don't. You're good, Mia. The beauty of this is the table, really. Okay. We're good. I'm gonna set 30 minutes to get both versions done. Let's get cooking. I made the base slightly larger for 2 reasons. One, because I think it'd be really funny if this wouldn't be a player character, I imagine, just sitting everywhere, you know? And a larger base, I usually think of, you know, for larger creatures, but also like bosses. So I think it's really funny that the base is a little bit larger than 25 millimeters. Mostly just so I could fit the table without it looking stupid. But I also like that reason as well. Okay. What is the best way for me to do these 2 different versions post-processed? Thinking. Here is everything visible right here, because I do have a male and female. I'm gonna merge visible, and then I'm gonna show just the female version. I love that I named both of the bodies female. Let me show you that to you guys. This is my, oh wow, that's still outdated. Again, OBS was just like, I'm tired, boss. I'm gonna make you restart every capture manually. There we go. Anyway, if you look over here, I have both of the bodies labeled female and then female again, which is so helpful. I just chronically do not name my subtools anything remotely helpful. Don't be like me, kids. All right. These are all the pieces I want here as well. I'll click merge visible. And now I got 2 simplified subtools that I can post-process all at once. Yes. 1 and 2. I do think we got some issues with the table legs not touching the ground. Yes, I'm correct. So I'll go ahead and fix that. All I have to do is just mask it and lower that straight into the base. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's go ahead and remove the base because I'll just append that on at the end. And we'll just handle these by themselves. Any weirdness? The effort would be to add a strap to that messenger bag and wrap it around the chair. It's not worth it. His head's a little shorter than hers. That's fine. Do they have different bodies? Yes, he's a little bit broader. Just a small detail. All right. There are some minor mesh issues. I'll just click fix. As we go through our booleans here, it's going to clean all that up for us. I do this pretty often where I'll remesh things all at once. So these are two different models I'm post-processing at the exact same time. I can do this when I know every single piece that I constructed in here is relatively not busted. These little gaps right here, these little blobs, that's the inside of their mouth glitching out because there's a mouth flap with like teeth and tongue and stuff. And that needs to get remeshed into nothing to be smooth. And for anyone being smart, it's like, oh, because if you 3D print it, there'll be a resin hole or whatever. No, there's not. When they're this small, the mouth hole thing cannot fill with resin. It's too small. It just fills in solid. But if you print this large, then it would be an issue. And again, good example being Otaka, I have lots of people that scale up my models. And so I want to make sure that they're printable at any scale without problems. Yeah. Hello, Ray. Welcome in. Post-processing the entire thing at once for each model makes me nervous. Time is money, honey. Yep, it's worth it. Otaka says, the female version actually looks pretty similar to me. I'm gonna let me party fight me after my Curse of Strahd campaign. How funny. You strike me as a long hair kind of person. Yeah, that checks out. And that's kind of why I made the body somewhat ambiguous too, so it's not just like, you really could use either for either, honestly. Right now I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, this isn't going to take me very long, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream. Maybe I'll work on Spadira, our lovely spider bard again. All right, I'm gonna trim the bottom of this model. And it's really important that the feet are moving and every single surface here got chopped a little bit. That's how I know that this is, in fact, perfectly flat. Very good. Excellent. Each of these are about 260,000 points. They could be a little lower, so I'll go ahead and crush that to like 475. Generally speaking, my finished models are around 250,000 points, generally. But depending on what the piece is, I go as low as 50,000 points. Like I did a spike trap recently, that was really low. All right, do we have any mesh funny business? Nope, we don't. Good. And then we do have some weirdness with the table legs not fitting because there's a hole in the floor right here. So I'm just going to use move and backface mask, and I'm simply going to lift that section up. Just like that. Great. Split mask points. And I think I've already scaled these correctly. So I'm just gonna assume I did that correctly, and I'll know really soon here when I put it in a mesh mixer. All right, and we're gonna just name these 1, 2. Oh, I didn't check her hair. I'll need to do that really quick. 3. Hey, Sophire, welcome in. And 4. I think her hair is fine. I just like to make sure it's kind of stuck to her face or jacket. Yeah, see, stuff like this is just totally unnecessary. See how that hair is almost touching her shoulder, but it's not? Why? Bam. Now it's touching. Now we don't have to put a support on that. It really is that simple. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it will look, stop it, really, really silly. But generally speaking, it is worth it. Even though now it kind of looks like a tentacle. It's fine. Otaka has tentacle hair confirmed. That's the second time I've had someone recently be like, hey, that model kind of looks like me. You guys gotta stop saying that. It makes me anxious because I talk about how the model looks all the time. Like, I was roasting the crap out of the one that we said was Mikey's, like a rugged, I said rugged mountain man at the end, but what I was really thinking was other things. Guys are keeping me on my toes. All right, I don't remember what this model which number this was, because I numbered them 1, 2, 3, so I'll go with A. Oh shit, I already have an A. Alright, I'm gonna call it Z. I will not stop with my naming conventions. You cannot stop me. I wish my hair would be as nice as this, but the style is similar, yes. Oh, hair is a journey. Oh my goodness. I finally have hair that looks consistently good, like every day, guys, and like it's the texture that I want it wants to be, or whatever. Everything I found online was like, yeah, like, do you want to straighten it or do you want to curl it? I'm like, I don't want to do either one of those things. I just want it to look the texture that it is, but the best that it can be as it is. And it really just ended up being, I just conditioned the shit out of it, and that tends to work. Most people that like are fancy about their hair and stuff will use a hair mask like once a month. I use a hair mask every single time I shower. I don't even use normal conditioner. I just use like, it's like clay practically. And that's what keeps the poof less poof. Or happy poof. Alright, male dungeon master. And I know Pathfinder, it's like game master or something, but meh. We're gonna call him dungeon master. And then we'll have male dungeon master decorative base. I always provide the no base version, not just so you can scale it however you want, but it can be a little easier to paint. That being said, I only pre-support the ones touching the base because it's so much easier. Alright, which one of these is... There we go, that's the correct one. Ah yes, I want ZA. Not 1. Great, now we got female dungeon master. And the complete one. Sweet, this means my next release is completely finished. That always feels good. Whatcha? I'll get that uploaded on Google Drive, and then I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the stream. I've been doing like 3-hour streams recently, so yeah, we got time. I have a cyber dragon that I'm working on. It's this ridiculously awesome priority ticket that I'm taking forever on. Usually priority tickets, so it puts you next in line to be sculpted, and I usually do it right away. But if you ask for something outrageously difficult, it just becomes my priority project work. So I just dump time into it once the main release is done. There we go. Very nice. And then last but not least, I'm going to update my request board. And that'll finish out our little board here for the day. Again, usually I plan better, but I got distracted in our own Discord. You guys were being funny. Alright, here is the request board. I can now change these from work in progress to not released, releasing soon. Yay. If you have anything on here that is releasing soon, that means the files are done. So you can always DM me and I'll send them to you right away. Sweet, awesome, awesome. There's that cyber dragon. At any point I'm expecting John to be like, I asked for that like 3 weeks ago, where is it? I paid for a priority ticket. I'm like, oh yeah, it's priority. It's just takes forever still. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. I don't think I want to do that on stream though, just because it's that hard. I gotta be somewhat good at doing something before I can stream it. Otherwise, it's just too much. It's like trying to teach someone how to ride a bike when you can't ride a bike yet. Not that this is the tutorial stream anyway, but you get the concept. I gotta be able to autopilot a little bit. Ray said, loving the hair. Thank you. Back when you mentioned what you use for your hair, because you have really nice curls, it was like banana food or something. I kept saying it and you made fun of me. But it's like a hair mask. And that's when I first started finding hair masks to use for my hair. And yeah, 10 out of 10 has changed everything. So freaking helpful. Oh my God. And learning how to cut my own hair, actually. Yeah. Yeah. It's not very hard. I just cut this section over and over again, but it's tricky. I find these like these hair tutorials and like haircut stuff, and like none of it works with my hair because They're just different. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, hello so far. Oh, everyone's saying, watcha. Watcha is getting added to the bingo board. You know what bothers me about this? I have no concept of when I'm saying it. You cut your own hair. Yes, I do. Yep, pretty much. You just take a section, like for me it's my bangs, and then you straighten them, you over direct it like this, and then you cut whatever is uneven. So I have like one little piece I could cut. And that causes it to fall in this kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see on camera because, yeah, there you go. You can kind of see how it wants to fall or whatever. Curly hair is tough. And I cut it dry too. So that's a whole other thing. Yeah. Payne says, I do, but I am bald. That was funnier to me than it should have been. Yeah, I've been cutting my own hair since like high school. Again, a lot of this just stems from being a cheap bastard. And then I got good at it. So, yeah. Wacha is being added to the bingo board. I do love that. We gotta have an emoji for that. Wacha. Okay. What the hell am I gonna do now? Maybe it's time to work on Spadira again. Our lovely spider bard. Okay, I gotta clean up my disgusting downloads folder first. We'll bring Spadira up, and then I'll clean up that. Also, this right here, this crazy as shit workflow, that's that tutorial I bought on how to do hard surface stuff. It is whack. It is insane. I just put up the tutorial, and I just do some sculpting and hope for the best. And it has been helping. You have to put this away one day. What's this? Oh, it's organizing files. Not today. Okay, where is Spadira? There she is. Yeah. Oh, also a quick reminder that I will be streaming Spicy again. I just have to figure out how to finish this dragon. I don't want to show it to you guys yet. But she's still so freaking cute. Oh my god, I love this model so far. And look at that base, look at that gesture line. Ugh, gorgeous. Really happy with this. Alright, back to Spadira. Gorgeous in a different way. Oh, where are all of her clothes? Not that kind of model. Okay, I don't know what I did with this file organization. We're gonna figure that out in a second. But I need to clean up my disgusting downloads folder. Speaking of terrible desktop organization, you guys think I am bad? Ricky is really organized, but oh my god, he keeps everything. It looks insane. I think I took a picture of it just to shame him. Let me look at our text. I was like, hey, you need to share that with me so I can make fun of you on stream. Ah. Okay. There's nothing spicy in here. This is literally just memes back and forth, and then stuff like this where Ricky will be like, hey, I got all of my Witcher gear. Working on the feline armor. Stuff like that. Alright. Let me see if I can find this picture of that horrible desktop image. Why do we talk so much? We live together. These texts are redundant. There it is. That is my husband's laptop screen. It's awful. Can we just shame Ricky for a little bit? So I don't want to hear it about my file organization. He does, like, his actual files themselves, not this shit, is actually really nice, and he keeps everything as all organized, but for some reason, this is just his personal trash bin. I don't know why. Yeah. Awful. Alright, what is the gaming stream tomorrow? Yes, at 1 p.m. I'll do a post in Discord with the link and stuff. Can I do a demo on how you would render or finish hair? I'm gonna say no, because I just did that. Like it's actually gonna stream from this week, which should be more helpful to watch. Watch the male barbarian stream. Because it was like yesterday. And I do it all in real time. Right? Why are all those screenshots there? We'll screenshot stuff back and forth. We'll put it on like a board of like to-dos. It's a lot of that. This gives me anxiety as an IT person. Please organize. I get you. Yeah, this was not meant to. Spadira is not supposed to be a pinup. Pang says, oh, I can do that. Yeah. Because otherwise it'd just be the exact same information. Hair blob, define into chunks, detail, hairbrush. What chat do we use for conversations related to stream? Tavern Chronicles. Oh, you like a demo on Snakehook and Sculptris Pro? Yeah, I can do that. That would be a better one. I don't think I've done that on stream very many times. This model's really cool. Okay. So Snakehook and Sculptris Pro is how I templated out this really cool dress garment thing. Where are your clothes? Here we go. So the way that I found these shapes was using Sculptris Pro. That's why you can see it's very like triangulated and stuff. All right, let me organize my thoughts. What is Sculptris Pro? Sculptris Pro lets you dynamically tessellate topology as you stretch it. So how, it's kind of think of like when you use Dynamesh and it will do it. You know, each time that you trigger Dynamesh, this does it on the fly. Let me show it to you. Snakehook is a great way to start playing with this concept. So the first thing I'm gonna do is select Snakehook. I have it docked on my UI here, but you can grab from your brush palette. And it even tells you, this brush best performs when using Sculptris Pro. You can say skip this note, definitely say skip this note because it's annoying, it'll say it every time you select it. And then enable Sculptris Pro. I also have that docked right here. It's normally located under stroke. Which one specifically? Where are you? There we go, Sculptris Pro, literally. This is it, it's that button right here. So once that's highlighted, you know that it's on. Now that I have my correct brush and my correct setting, when you click and drag, you'll see you can pull shapes off and it dynamically tessellates for quite a while until it gets all screwed up. So how do you actually use this thing? Well, let me show you. If you use a smaller brush size, you get much denser topology. If you use a large brush size, you move a larger area, but it's not as dense. The best way to use this is a combination of your chosen, whatever your Sculptris Pro brush is, and smooth, because it does work with your smooth brush, and that's what's really cool. So I can make my smooth brush kind of small. I can create a dense area of topology like this, and then pull off of that area. Isn't that cool? Yeah, super freaking cool. So of course I'm just doing tentacles right here, but that's actually how I use Sculptris Pro to make this dress shape. So what I did was I was able to just kind of move this shape around really, really easily to create a more extreme silhouette. I actually like using this with poly paint turned off, or like kind of like that silhouette mode. And I'll sculpt like this, plus with Sculptris Pro. Also, I like to have a double turned on if you're working with single face meshes, that we can, you know, actually see the silhouette from all sides. And because I knew I wanted this to be a tattered piece, Sculptris Pro was, again, the way to go here. You can add some kind of shape or some kind of texture here. And you can just really easily add shape and interest. If I try to do this with just the move brush, I'm gonna run into some problems because it doesn't behave the same way. See how it's kind of just like a straight line? But versus when I use Snakehook, it kind of follows it does follow my cursor. So that's the beauty of Sculptris Pro. It's extremely powerful. And really it puts the difficulty in just your mind, your creative ability to find cool shapes, which can be a little humbling, you know, because suddenly your tool isn't what you're trying to learn. You're like, oh, I need to be interesting. And that's what you really need to be thinking about when you're using Sculptris Pro. What shape do you want? Or recognizing what you like. You don't have to have a clear vision. You can just like fuck around. But you do need to have the wherewithal to know when you find a cool shape. So don't be afraid to work kind of slow. Again, let's do a quick review here. 1, select snake hook. 2, enable Sculptris Pro, which is under the stroke menu right here. 2, use that brush. If you want more dense topology, so smoother topology, make your brush size smaller. That's what dark area. You can get color that you can see. Another thing you can do is use your smooth brush to add denser topology or remove topology. Those are all the techniques you know to get rolling with Sculptris Pro. So go have fun. Yeah. Oh, it's rare we see me as UI. Why is it in such a weird spot? Oh, Sculptris Pro? I don't know. Just added Sculptris Pro to my UI. Good. Aloha says, Miss Mia, when you have spare chance, I create a channel you mentioned. Let me know what you think. I thought it was a good idea. Probably, unless you're trolling. Oh, teaching library. That doesn't seem like a troll. This channel will be used to highlight key... This is our Discord, you should join. This channel will be used to highlight key teaching moments from the streams. You can freely browse through to find tutorials, fun tips and tricks, and more. Creating hair from scratch. Originally streamed this day. Bam. So good. This is gonna be great. We might need to change this to a form instead. That way it's a little easier to sort by topic. Because I'll have redundant tips and tricks. So maybe we can have maybe form is a way to do that. You can have like a hair form, you know, where you can just post stream bits from that section or whatever. But I'm thinking way far down the line. That's what I do. I immediately push an idea until it breaks. Currently, this channel is awesome. It works great. I love how you have it structured. I love how clear it is of what is the topic right here? Creating hair from scratch. Originally streamed. The link, and then what mark to go to. That's perfect. Once we have 100 of these, it might be a little harder to sort. That's about it. But maybe you'll naturally build it under here because we have number 1, for example. But it's not collapsible. That's my only thought. I can always rebuild this on the website to be especially a clean UI kind of thing. Who knows? I love that though. People are going to really enjoy that. Thank you, Aloha. Very cool. I think it's a very good idea. My voice is getting all raspy. Rasp. Probably because I've had 2 tablespoons of water today. Oh my goodness. It's so cold in my throat. Yeah, the question of the day, chat, is fantastic. It's why I don't know what to do right now on stream, because I didn't stream prep, because I was just in my own Discord talking. Yeah. All right, we're gonna reopen Spadira to fix any nonsense that I did here. There. The last time I worked on her, we did a little before and after of detailing. So I have a little stream bit that's just 10 minutes of me Super Saiyan mode detailing. Yeah, redeem, hydrate. Thanks, just Lingual. Yes, to be okay for now, we can make it better once it gets crowded. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. That's a kind of a good habit and a bad habit I have, where I immediately take something and then build it in a robust system to where it can't break. It's very unnecessary. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Okay. Why do I have the same thing 3 times? Oh, that's right. So we had this original concept and then I made it interesting here. Yeah. That is cool. That is better in every way. I love that new design. The poly paint's fun, but I really wish I could just have clear color so I can see what's going on. Oh, that's weird. So the thing about poly paint is it only looks as good as you put effort into it. Look at me try to cheat. I'm like, there's gotta be something I can use that will just make it look really good and visible without me having to do any extra work. Oh my goodness. I love trying to find shortcuts on stream. Hello, Wendelier. I also placed Otaka's question into question of the day as he needs some help from fellow D&D players. There you go. I like it. Kind of just having fun looking at different materials. This one's always fun and hard to look at. Why is that not what I thought it was going to be? I thought it was going to be yellow. Colorized glow. I don't know how that works. That's hard to see. Kind of cool, but no. My favorite just to sculpt with off stream is polyskin. It gives me a nice good contrast. Was that world space normals? I think so. Or just rainbows. Oh yeah, it's normals. I just thought it was rainbows. But yeah, it's normals. It's so fun to look at. All right, I'm thinking right now. Might take a 5-minute break. Figure out what I'm gonna do on stream. And then do that thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, 5-minute break. Hydrate, get a snack. Who was it? Unclench your jaw, just single. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hello. I'm back. It's been 5 minutes. And I still don't know what I'm gonna do on stream because I finished that work way earlier than I thought I would. I don't know what I was expecting. Yeah, can we do a poll on that? I saw Ray wanted me to do 2D art. Fun fact, I have never drawn on my Cintiq before. I've only sculpted. I don't even have drawing software like on my MacBook. I exclusively draw with pen and paper or pencil and paper, and I Procreate on my iPad. So I can't do that because I don't have anything set up for that. And I probably also have a heart attack. I'm really not good at drawing. But that's okay. That'd be fun to share. I missed my last art goal anyway, so I need to restructure that. Yeah, we could work on Spadira. I can start something totally new. Yeah. Find something on Pinterest. I have a question of the day on my page, or question of the week on Patreon, where I tell people like what are some models that you just don't see very often. It's kind of like an unofficial request board where maybe I'll pick things up, maybe I won't pick things up, that kind of thing. So we got options, I guess. Cat or pet's not a bad idea either. Because I'm just kind of open right now. I don't really know what I want to do right now. It'd be the first Tabber pet of the year too. What do you want to do? That's a great question, Aloha. I ask myself that damn question every minute of every hour of my life, and I have an answer like once a day, if I'm lucky. And it's usually like, what do I want to eat? And the answer is usually Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know. I don't know for some reason. Model God. Hello, Mikey. Welcome in. Today in our Discord, my DM posted a really cool print she did from... Let me find it. It's gotta be in 3D print showcase. It's not. Usually Gwen is so on topic. Donde? Where the hell is this? Oh, I'll show your art. Yeah, because she painted it. Makes sense. Anyway, here we go. This model, and this is from Archfilling Games, and like the epicness of their models and the grim darkness of their models is something that I really look up to, and I feel like I don't know how to make stuff like that. You know, I do a really good job making requests and kind of hitting, you know, what I want to hit, but I haven't like wowed myself in a while. The closest I've had to that is the Spicy Arts model. I really enjoyed that, and I feel like Spadira is starting to become something like that, but I'm kind of scared to keep working on it. I'm being totally honest with you guys, like that's something that I think my art soul needs a little bit, is more like a magnum opus sort of piece. I don't really know how else to word that. Yeah. A peak Tabber pet. What do they even mean? Like the goofy little guys? I want to play the game first before I make fan art of it. When's the last time we did an animal or classic monster? It's been a hot minute. Y'all request crazy shit. You never request normal shit. I could do like I could do a lot of things for a classic. I appreciate you guys kind of helping me out with this. I feel like this is very much so, like, we got 10 people here, we're hanging out. I'm pretty sure these are all regulars too, so. So like a god tier showpiece model, basically. Yeah, and I think that would be hard for me because I finish like models as I start them. So like a project, a true project, which the Cyber Dragon will be one of those, but I can't do that. I don't want to do that on stream. I feel like a good way to practice Gothic is to overwork it, because grimdark Gothic often is maximalist and excessive. And I think I struggle with that. I don't really sculpt like that, you know? Spadira is on the way to grimdark royalty. That's true. You're right. Do I just need to be brave and keep working on Spadira? Do I just need to be brave and like spend a whole fucking hour working on her hair and detailing and over like maximalist energy on her hair? I think I'm scared to like try to put my best into a piece and then it just comes out mid. I'm just being totally transparent right now. Because it's different to work on something that you want to be something great as opposed to like hit a goal. And I love hitting goals, you know, and like I've been very happy with that, doing that in my career, but this is a little different. How do people take photos as good as this? Mine never looked that good. Oh, the one right here. I got one word for you that will change all of your photos. Lighting. It's just lighting. Here. So just right there, like this is kind of fun having this drama right here. But I've got a light right here that will bounce off the wall to give a little more dimension. And then if I turn off, this is more for video, but it still demonstrates the right concept. If I turn off this light right here, now it looks like this. It's lighting. It's lighting, my dude. Always lighting. Get your mini up next to a window and take a picture. That will help a lot. I feel like if you overwork Spadira, she won't be who she was before. That's kind of fair. She does look kind of done. Like, not done, but like, do we need to design a maximalist character for Mia to work on? And spread her wings? I tried so many lighting options. I don't know what to do. Take pictures of your different scenarios and upload them into the Discord of your different things you're trying. And then ping my husband at M3DM. This dude is so good at pictures and so good at explaining complicated shit. Simple. He would just be like, put a light here. Done. And he would tell you how to move the light you have or use your phone flashlight or whatever. Trust me, he'd be able to tell you. What model is this? This is Spadira, or Spider Bard, from the Tavern Chronicles. Just like a fun character who's going to be playing multiple, well, one instrument with many arms. Yeah. Because you have free time now, you can save your progress now, so there's no harm making mistakes. That's true. That's true. Yeah, do that just like, well, that'd be good. Ray says, well, yeah, what have you not seen that you've always wanted to see? Like in my own work or as a character? I literally bought a mini photo booth, but thanks, I'll take pics of my stuff. Yeah, dude, it sounds like you have the equipment. We got you. We got you. I'm thinking. The crown isn't done at all. It's literally just a placeholder. Yeah, Spider Bard's looking a little cool, but where are the extra 2 limbs? Yeah, they're probably gonna be these ones. They're probably gonna be right here. I just hadn't put them there yet. Okay, we're getting off topic. This is not what I'm talking about. We're not criticizing or judging this specific model. This is, sorry, those that have come in that are confused. I am talking about what to do on this stream for the rest of the stream. I'm not sure if I want to start a new character or if I want to push this into something different. That's my bad. I was kind of trailing off and I know I was confusing people that were listening. But the answer is not feedback on this model. As a character. That's a good point, Ray. What would I want to see as a character that I haven't seen before? I want to see, I like fey, spooky creatures. I like a cross between something that is sweet, but kind of jarring and kind of misunderstood. Think like a Phantom of the Opera meets Studio Ghibli. That's something I want to see. No, you're okay, Foxy. Foxy comes in, I'm like, Snake. Sounds good, Ataka, have fun. Dude, Civ is so much fun. That's like the only game my dad played growing up, Civilization. He doesn't play anything anymore, but it got me in Civilization. Oh, I'm banished to the second monitor. Hey, I'm still around. Oh, Ray personally really likes letting song lyrics inspire them. That's really cool. Thank you guys for bearing with me here as I'm kind of trying to like gather my thoughts and see what I want to do here. This is really helpful. A roadie to carry her stuff doesn't, no, I don't want to do that. Let me think. It's also not what I think it when I think of a roadie. Maybe that's just me. All right, let me turn that off. Let me think here. I think Ray nailed it, that this character is detailed the way I want it to be already. So it's either I'm going to keep working on Spadira or I'm going to reach out to a different character here. I think I want to reach out to something different. I think I would really like that. So I think I'm going to grab, hop on Pinterest and see something that inspires me and make a brand new Tavern Chronicle character today. Tavern Chronicle is just like a catch-all for any big project I want to do, essentially. And this is supposed for Spadira, the last one we did. Alright, this is going to start filling up with references I'm pulling off of a different screen here. It'll be kind of fun. I'm going to go to Tavern Chronicles. I'm going to ask you guys for something. I don't know if I should ping, but I'm going to. Alright, reference call. I want grimdark meets adorable inspiration. Something lonely and whimsy. That's kind of the things that I'm going for right now. Ray says, Mia, I don't know if you saw a message before you mentioned Pinterest, but same brain. No, I didn't. Oh, I say make a Pinterest board. How funny. I love that. So I'm leaving this right here because I can drag references really easily from the Discord, and then you guys can see what I'm going to start populating it with. This is how I design original characters. So you're going to see this process from start to finish right now. It's really fun. I'm on Pinterest right now. You guys can't see that because I'm only going to put in references here that I like. I'm going to grab anything that I feel like makes me feel anything. It sounds, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it can be that open-ended for me. Oh wow, Pinterest is like, you need to do something. No, I don't. Stop. I'll explain that more in just a second. How come that won't let me delete that image? There. So again, I want something grimdark meets adorable, possibly. It's whimsy and lonely are some things that I'm looking for right here. I know this isn't adorable, but it felt lonely and I could really easily spec this into something cute. Like, I think of like a spooky little dude with a basket full of ghost carrots or something. And I'm gonna grab things if I see things that inspire me as well. I'm gonna throw up our Discord references here so we can kind of see. I'm gonna grab this one from Ray. The bald head is weird, but I like the armor. And yeah, my go-to is just grabbing things that make me feel like something, and then I see what they have in common. Ooh, I really like this. I'm from Pinterest. Mimikyu is a great, that's exactly what I'm describing here. Damn it, Pinterest. You're being silly. Okay, you guys are totally getting it. You're totally getting what I'm like going for here. Hollow Knight, Pokemon, yeah. Absolutely. This guy. And then I have a scarier one here that I really, really like too. It kind of reminds me of my interpretation of Sloth I did a while back. And then you can kind of zoom out and see what these things have in common. Okay, the bunny with the wow, yeah. I want to do something very sculptural today. need to stop doing that. The click and drag doesn't work. I have to do the plugin thing. Otherwise it gets mad and does this. There we go. Ooh, the cat one's scary. I find a lot of things that make grim dark or things that I'm like, wow, like a wow piece have multiple elements that come together or interact with each other in some way. Like I really like this. And it's like, how can you make that cute? I'm like, oh, I could absolutely make this. It doesn't have to be cute. I'm using that word as an amalgamation of other things that I want. Yeah, exactly. Very cool. It feels, it's very subjective. There we go, vibes. Like I know when I see it is the best way I can put it. And I want to show you guys like how diverse your reference board can be. It doesn't have to be one style or one brain. Also why I love having you guys part of the reference process, because it does influence it. And it's kind of cool to like put a bunch of ideas and shake it up and kind of see what I come up with. Okay. I'm gonna type in Grim Dark Studio Ghibli. I don't even know what that would give me. Oof. These guys. This is what I was trying to mention earlier. Yeah. Obviously, I gotta include no face. Are these references all going into Discord? No. So the bottom under me is a live feed of our Discord, and then this in the center is what I'm picking as my reference board. I'm not going to include everything, just the things that I think that feel right. All right, I think I have enough to look at it as a general whole, and then we can start finding the similarities. Not related, but what was I expecting? All right, we are set. Let's look at what we got. I like having a lot of references and then zooming out and kind of seeing what wow, it fits perfectly into this little grid shape. That's very satisfying. Okay. At a glance, it doesn't need to be complicated. When you're designing a new creature or a new character, you look at this and you're like, what are things they have in common? I find a lot of these have horns or ears or something. There's two on top of their head. Oh, wow. That's really cool. I'm just gonna grab this whole thing from Aloha. Doink. And sure enough, it's kind of matching our theme here of two. So that means I'm starting to kind of get this silhouette in my head. And then proportion-wise, what comes up the more often is a 3-head proportion. What does that mean? If you take their head, their entire body, their whole character is only 3 heads tall. I'm seeing that in quite a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6, 7. So the majority of them. So we're kind of making a little dude. But I do want it to have the potential to be more of a big piece. We'll see. I'm reading the chat. You guys are funny. Okay. I'm gonna screenshot this whole thing, and I think I can get working here. All right. I'm gonna have this board up. Set right here. Start a new Tavern Chronicles character. Which to do that, I'm just gonna delete everything that's here. That way I still have my lighting and all that. And we'll see what happens. I'm very unattached to what's going to happen right now. And that's important. That is cool. All right, I'm gonna kind of hang out for 30 minutes here and I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm not gonna be in the chat and I will be in the mod chat in case something, you need me, but we're gonna be cooking the next 30 minutes here. So there were two things identified right away, which is I want something, it's probably gonna have an element of 2, whether it's horns or something, and it's also gonna be 3 heads tall. That kind of came up a lot. Oh, I guess I can't count. These are 2. These are not 3, these are 2. Okay. And again, I'm really not interested in, have I seen this before? Is this something that's totally unique? This is really just about making something that feels like the references that I gathered. I want something that feels kind of lonely. Right now it's reminding me of that Pokemon Spuda. The one that becomes that butterfly, not Butterfree, the other one. It's a newer generation. Right now I'm kind of creating almost like a little cowl-like piece. I think it'd be cute if its face was like buried in something. And then whatever the element here is going to be, I'm not sure. I do like this moth inspiration a lot. Again, I like using move and back face mask. I think I'm going to go with a downward turn here because it feels sad or kind of melancholy. I've always been really drawn to things that are kind of quiet and kind of melancholy. I'm not sure why. Because I wasn't a lonely kid. I'm an only child, and I get asked all the time, like, oh, wasn't it lonely growing up? And I'm like, I never remember thinking that, or being like, this is nice. I don't want it to be like super baby proportions. Like baby proportions are fine, but I'm not looking for a baby face. I'm not looking for like, oh, it's so cute, oh my gosh. Like, no, I kind of want something that's very subdued. I want it to be holding something. I'm gonna make it an all black silhouette here, and we're gonna do some work in all black now. I think it'd be cool if there was more of a division of layers and if it was wispier. And I'm telling you guys stuff as soon as I think of it too. So if there's anything that you're like, oh, how did you know to do that? You heard it from me first. The second I thought something, I say it out loud. It kind of just spawns. I really just say yes to every single idea that comes into my head. It's a bunch of yeses that you're seeing here. It's not, well, this looks too much like a Pokemon, or I'm like, no, I just observe things and then I say them out loud. I think that's really, really important to note. I'll turn on the wireframe just so I know what object that I'm clicking on. That's about it. I do think it'd be cool if we had a line of action that was kind of like drooping forward, because I think that looks sad. But I also like the idea that it's moving. I don't think I want it to be stagnant. So I'm gonna start grabbing shapes here and swooshing them this way. And anytime I make something like a change that's supposed to indicate motion, I go back and just do all the changes again because I still don't do enough when I'm trying to do that. And it's interesting because I'm going for like a sweeter design, but I do want it to read as like gothic levels of detailing. And I think it was Otaka that said it needs to be maximalist, which I don't really do. I like this cut on the face right here, like this shape. I see Aloha just shared, unrelated to the current segment, but the topic is growing. And it's our Steam group now, which has 5 people. That's so cool. That's so awesome. I love that. I really love that. And then these segments here are going to be more like a moth. What does that look like? So the moth featheriness. Oh, that's such a cool shape. You know, it's like wispy and kind of looks like smoke. How do I find that shape? Well, I'm operating on one plane right here, and what makes this look cool is the fact that it's actually tracing kind of like a circle. So I should do that. There we go. And now we kind of have this leaf-like shape that's happening here, and it's already looking a little bit more like what I was wanting. We'll have one shape going towards the camera and one shape going away from the camera, because maybe these little like feathery antenna things are holding like an orb later on. And even if they're not, it would just be a satisfying shape if it looks like it could be holding an orb or something. I don't know what ZBrush could have possibly been mad about there. That's fine, I was just talking and concepting anyway. Thinking. A lot of the intrigue in the silhouette is going to be these tattered cloaks that are kind of stacked on each other, and then these moth wingy things. There's nothing here. And we're back. Do we have our motion? No. Yeah, I'm working pretty fast, so it's reasonable that I would have lost some stuff. Let's push this more. Again, if I ever have to redo something, I feel like half of my magic is having to redo shit because ZBrush crashed. And like, it makes me mad, but like, it does make the piece better. It's like forced iteration. I think something else would be cool is if I start utilizing the taper function here. Ooh, yeah, I like that. And then drawing the eye down right here, I think would be cool. Okay, back to these pieces. So they're actually quite straight right now, and I think I can use that to my advantage. So what I'm going to do is duplicate it, grab just one side, isolate it, and now I can actually line up my gizmo and throw on bend curve. This is a really, really cool tool, which lets you put these different nodes and then create this curve here. See? Very powerful. And that's actually going to do a better job. I'm doing a lot more duplicating of shapes than I normally would because I'm thinking maximalist. It's much easier for my mind to think no when doing designs like this though, because I'm like, oh, it's unnecessary, or oh, it's muddy, or oh, it's some dumb shit. Just think, I think what's gonna work for me is think, could it be more? Could it feasibly be more or have more? Then yes. That's very different to how I normally design. That doesn't look very soft. I want these to be very feathery. Very like, yeah. That's kind of a weird shape. I do like that little whisper though. That's a cool shape there. I don't think I've done a lot of this kind of workflow on stream yet, where I told you guys I do this a lot now, where I just work in pure black. And I don't think I've had a lot of opportunities to show that yet, so I'm very happy I can show that on stream right now. Because this is what I'm talking about. And then I don't delete stuff very often anymore either, I just hide it. Because I might want it later. And I still don't name subtools. That doesn't happen in any workflow I do. Never naming subtools. I don't like how it's behaving with symmetry turned on, per usual. So I'll turn symmetry off and then find my shapes here. What if this was what it was standing on? What if this is what connected to the base? Because I love making stuff that's 3D printable because I want to have these little things on the disc. So if I want it to look like it's floating, I can kind of get away with that by giving it something to stand on. Yeah, that's cool. And then could I make this silhouette noisier? Yes, I can. I'm hearing that like Bob the Builder in my head. Is that an overseas thing too? Bob the Builder? Can we build it? Yes, we can. Okay. Can we make this silhouette noisier? What if this was connecting into the ground? What if these are fungi? What if they are adorable little decomposers? They run around and they just pick things up and just not electrocute, but like very slowly decompose. I'm thinking of like the dust sprites from Spirited Away, but literal trash. It's been almost 15 minutes since I started this. I haven't checked in with the chat yet. Because I can add more silhouette interest and little details and nonsense without making it unclear. There is a way you can do that. I kind of cheat every now and then by holding Shift F to see the frame. That's cool. I think these should be a little smaller. Because, I don't know. I like that they're at different heights. And I definitely know I want the shape, this head to be like a rounded triangle. And then maybe like a little nub face. I like the idea of it being slanted back a bit. All right, time to turn off color. There we go. That's our little shape we've got going so far. Okay, there's actually a lot I like here. I couldn't even see it. I like that new plane. Yes, because it kind of brings up this, cutting that plane off the jaw here now is creating something here. I'm really thinking bunny when I'm sculpting this. Are these eyes? Is it a nose? There we go. Yep. Yep. What do I want to do with these little arms? I don't know if I'm going to remove them or keep them, or if that's just going to be the center spine to this shape. I don't know. He had like a funny little nose. Like just like a little... That's weird. But I don't dislike it. So I use Damn Standard to kind of strike out this shape here, because anything I'm finding like a rhythm, I want to kind of like draw a line for that. Where's Lazy Mouse? I don't move my UI, but I can't find anything still. All right, there it is. Weird little moth face. Yep, I like that. I like the ridiculous little nose on this. Again, I want it to look a little odd. Kind of falls apart from the side view, but that's okay. Move these back. It's because we didn't give him like a skull or like any bony landmarks for this face thing. I think I know what I want to do here. Let me try it out. So I duplicated the head. I'm going to remove the face, and he's gonna have like a little hairdo essentially. Adding another layer here. I'm gonna go back to snake hook and adding some noise to the edge. I'm laughing, but I really do like it. I don't just think it's stupid. I laugh. That's what I do. It's part of my creative process. Yep. And then would it have like a little fuzzy head? No, let me be smooth. Smooth brain. All right, this face, I know I can add some sort of like structure to this face that makes sense. I know how to do that. I just have to do it. Stop it. Where is my clay brush? There we go. I'm adding volume here to kind of fill in any weird gaps I didn't intend for. There we go, because the front still looks pretty much the same. And I don't know, I don't know how much I want to really structure these eyes, but it's a maximalist kind of approach here. So I definitely would define them. Let's use my orb cracks brush and kind of do some searching. I really like that. I did that line there and it feels like little funny nostrils. We're kind of like getting like goat, sheep, moth man. I think a line, there's going to be a rhythm that connects here too. Yep. When I say there's going to be a rhythm somewhere, and if you guys are like, what do you mean? Because that's a big part of how I'm finding stuff here. Let me know if you don't know what I mean. Otherwise, I'm not going to explain it any more than I already have, because that will take energy and thought. Oh, what a weird little face. Weird. Oh my goodness. We need to add some color because I have some ideas and I really think it's going to shape it. I'm going to go skin shade. I want kind of this whitish, yellowish color here. That's purple. We also need to move our lights. Ah, I have a purple light, that's why. Let's go more of a red. There we go. And then the rest of this, I'm going to turn off paint because it's going to be kind of the same color over and over again. Why is it not working for anything? There we go. There we go. It's going to be like a two-tone character. You guys know I like to start off as a two-tone character and then I will complicate it as needed. This is not a hot pink kind of character. No, it's gonna be more of like a bluish? Blue, green, purple. More of a green. It's a decomposer. Kind of reminding me of the Pokemon Muck too. It's just a pile of sludge. All right, I'm going to merge visible. I have all my shapes here again. We're going to auto groups, paint just the face, or let's split just the face. Nope, I can't do what I'm trying to do. So what I'm doing here is I merge everything down together really quick. I'm gonna go back to poly skin, and then I'm gonna like fuck with the proportions really quick. Like if I made the head a lot bigger, or if I made the head a lot smaller. I think I kind of like the proportions already, actually, which is nice. But I just need to see. There. So if I click V on my keyboard, I can toggle the silhouette. Yeah. So we're gonna go back into some silhouette work. I definitely like that. And then now I'm gonna grab my move brush and just move shit around with symmetry on. That's kind of cool. I'm definitely seeing a little character here unintentionally. I don't think it's a character that I want to make today. But there's definitely like a little four-legged limbed dude here. It's cool. Just not what I'm wanting today. I want the little guy version of that. Cool. And then what if I do one of my favorite things, which is grab my gizmo and then use taper and twist, just to kind of see what I get. I like that slightly more. That could be really cool. Okay, I have some ideas now. I still like my initial iteration the best, but from doing this little fucking around thing, what I found out is I would like some of these tendrils to twist. So I'm going to duplicate these right here and then put a twist on them and just see if I have a shape that I can then append onto this little critter. didn't work out, which means I want to move away from, I want the pose. I want some action happening here. So I'm going to copy and paste my tool and then start moving that shape around. It's going to be kind of looking in this direction, which means I can grab all these body parts, throwing them to the top of my subtools, and then just merging down. And then my favorite little trick I did earlier, which is simply putting bend curve on here, because you can get these little nodes and then really have fun with it. There we go. This is the vision I was trying to show earlier. That has a better silhouette though. Silhouette always wins with me. I just pick what has the better silhouette, even if it's not what I necessarily think looks best. Like, that makes more sense to me because it's moving forward. I mean, that works too. What are these? I don't even know where these came from. What the fuck are those? I know I said I didn't delete things, but we're gonna delete that because I don't know what it is. We're gonna need to make each one of these tentacles their own piece for this to work. And then there's so much potential for these weird little things and appendages. It's gonna tuck into its little fur hat thing. This is definitely like satanic sheep. It's definitely a sheepy. Maybe this is because I'm thinking about playing the Cult of the Lamb has a new expansion called Woolhaven, which I have not bought yet, but I have been thinking about it. Is this just Cult of the Lamb? I need another piece here. Or I can just detail what I have. Nope, we do not want polypaint. There we go. I'm adding these little bits of fur detail where I want to draw attention to. It's never random. Right now I'm just kind of adding noise, which can feel random, but again, it definitely has purpose. I'm trying to add some like noise, some muddiness here, some interest. So it's not just perfectly smooth. I don't have an interesting transition to the face yet. I think if I just smooth it, there we go. Silhouette needs some work again. This is the main culprit causing an issue. And then this needs just to be rotated into place. Excuse me. I think it'd be cool if there was two of them. Let's see if I can try that. Let's grab that, delete this, and now we have two. Yeah, that's got potential. I'll keep it. I don't know if this one's that successful, so I'm just going to hide it, not delete. Merge these pieces down, duplicate, and mirror. Oh, that's the end of my 30-minute timer. So this is the 30-minute sketch that we got from this vibes of, whatchamacallit? mood board, art board, references. All right, so this is what we have so far. I'll do a little spinny for y'all. Let's move this out of the way. Is there a nicer way to do this? Yes, there is. Let me merge everything down, grab my gizmo, put it in the center, throw this right here. There we go. Now I can do a smooth. I'm like, I know how to do this. Yeah, so it's our 30-minute sketch, and then I'll finally tend to the peasants. Something that feels, I wanted it to be grimdark, cute, whimsical, and lonely. Those were the words I was wanting. We all have different definitions of cute. I think this thing's adorable. The tentative lore that I have behind this is that it is a decomposer. I think that's why I have it looking kind of like a sheep, because they're grazers, so I kind of imagine that it just kind of grazes around looking for stuff, dead leaves, sticks, and just kind of puts little hands on them, and then just little tendrils, you know, go into the ground and decomposes stuff a little bit faster. I also imagine these would have a bioluminescent property to them. That's kind of what's in my head. All right, let's finally check back in with the peasants. I say I have some pings in Tavern Chronicles and General. That's Pete, just saying that he loves the DM. Very good. And Tavern Chronicles, it's a ping with the Pokemon I was talking about. It was Spupa. Okay, I was right. I wasn't sure about the name. Ooh, I like the moth inspiration that was added too while I was sculpting. Cool, cool. Very cool. And then what's going on in the chat? Hey, Otaka said something very, very important here. Otaka said, that looks like my create bad stuff, you know, 1,000 levels above. Fuck yeah, it does. It's exactly what's happening here. That's what this was. That's the point. So if you don't know, I have a mentorship program of how to sculpt, and one of my most notorious assignments is create bad, which is where you take a blob and you just fuck around and find out. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm tricking you guys into creature design and really just being creative and letting stuff just flow. And when you do it enough times, you level up. And that's exactly the fundamentals of how I started this. Start with a sphere. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Foxy says, Mia, you're very lucky I was here earlier. Otherwise, my favorite request would have been Dizzy. Guys, I can feel a big witcha moment incoming. Now I get another 10 minutes. The silhouette method was like trying to sculpt clay in complete darkness, just going off vibes and instincts. I like it. Yeah. Ray says, Mia told me off when I did a create bad. It was probably really detailed or something, I can't remember. Create bads, make fun little guys. Hell yeah. Awesome, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Hey, Monkey's here. Hello, hello. Oh, how much I need to scroll up? How much did you guys talk? Okay, I got it. I think I'm caught up. Oh, I think Tim Burton. Absolutely. Isn't Bob the Builder a British show? Oh. I'm American. I think everything's about us. It must have come from here if I saw it. It was like a shit Chibi Reaper. Oh yeah, because I gave you a reference assignment and then you just copied it. Like I found a little thing and then you just watched that video and made that thing. And I was like, you missed the entire point. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. If not, wow, what a funny moment, because I used to share a reference that was pretty much what you had made, so I probably thought that's why you made it. I might have been mean to you on accident. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. Whiskey guy. Yeah. I do think that this creature is a middle. It's not a baby, and it's not a god. So shall we try to make those two forms? I think I could give myself 10 minutes to make a baby and another 10 minutes to make a god. What do you say? Let's do it. 10 minutes on the clock. Let's go. First up, we're gonna do baby. So we have this wispy guy. This will be our baby. We're gonna put him up here for vibes. Very good. First thing to do when making baby. That's funny. Okay, is just make the head really big. I'm gonna turn it to face more of the camera, and I'm gonna delete some of these bottom layers here. I'm going to rotate it, make it much, much, much larger. Squish. Duplicate, hide, take my move brush, squish that stuff in here. Squish. We're thinking like a little jellyfish. Now I'm gonna hide all of the tentacles. And I'm gonna scooch that up. And then we're gonna, a total accident, but these pieces are kind of glitching through the front of the face and they're making me think of like little long eyelashes, and I really like that. So I might try to incorporate that into the original design. This is why I do the make baby and then make God, because sometimes it actually inspires the current design that I have by giving me like a prompt to follow. I'm gonna pull that little nose up. There we go. Flatten his head a little bit. Not too much though. And then now we need to recreate the wispies. Oh, tentacle. Just make that really small and Dynamesh it. Delete hidden, Dynamesh, there we go. So now I have a base I can add stuff to. We're gonna adjust this curve brush to taper. If I could make that permanent, I would. And I would like if they're crooked. I don't want them to be the same size, because I just think that's funny if they don't grow at the same rate. Oh my goodness. Cute. Cute. I don't think I should give it arms. I just can't help myself. I'm not gonna give it arms. Squishing the little nose up, it did so much. Oh my goodness. And now I'm going to use bend curve again to arc this body and push the shape a little bit more. That's the wrong, so if you do bend curve and you're like, oh no, it's the wrong direction. It's one of these little cones. Fuck if I know which one. They say what they do, I just never remember. And you drag one of them and it will move the axis that it's on. Which one is it? There it is. It's the blue, green, orange, red one. There we go. Each of the cones colors represent one of the axes, XYZ. In case that was incoherent. What was I doing? Oh, adding an arc to the body. I kind of don't like it. So instead what I'm going to do is use bend arc, not bend curve, because I really just want it to do like, there we go, that. Beep. This is so low right here. I don't know why. Come here. The lowest spot should be the middle for the specific character. And then I need to add a little like raised center detail. Why is this brush backwards? There we go. Cute. Cute. So cute. Add some little fuzzies. I want to make a whole book of characters like this. And I've thought that before. All right, one more thing that's missing, which is a clear, like, color or high detail area under the chin to draw attention to the face and act as a silhouette interest point. Yeah, like that. Oh, I should have my mod chat up just in case. I like doing that because I can turn my brain off. If I have the Discord mod chat up, I feel like I can just not pay attention. Okay. There's that baby. It took me 6 minutes, not 10. Baby. That was fun. Why am I seeing drugs? Mainly drugs. It's giving baby Highland cow. It is. Oh my goodness. Did she really laugh at that? Probably. Awesome. When Delia says, dang, I leave for work if you didn't come back to a ghost kaiju? What happened while I was gone? This is what lives in my art heart. Oh, that's why I said drugs, mainly drugs. No, art, art heart. Amazing. Just Lingual says, Aloha, do you think it'd be fun to make a reference event where the peasants make their own drawings for a reference board for Mia and then she had to interpret it? That's literally what I did with Wendelier. They gave me a sketch or a drawing that they did from high school, and then they redrew it recently, I believe. And then they had me bring it to life. And it was super, super fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I would absolutely be down for that. One, because I've done it before, and two, I just know it'd be fun as heck. All right, we have done the baby. It's time to do the god. I'll give myself 10 minutes to do that, and that's a much harder one. No, it's not. I can do it. I got all the pieces here. I know how to do it. Okay. I don't know why I'm pulling my hair back. Thinking. I drew it when I was 7, then redrew it in high school. Ah, I missed the generation. I scooted you forward. Ray says, Mia, that's what I'm planning to get you to do next month. Woo. Oh, that's right. That's right. Fun. Okay. Are you guys ready for God time? So what level does this guy evolve? I think to go from this one to this one would have to be on the higher end, not like a 12 or an 18. It would need to be in the 20s for sure. And then this next one's going to be like 55. I love when you guys ask questions like that because I generally have an answer already cooked in my head. Okay. I'm going to merge visible for this. I'm going to put him. Just a text from my husband being very funny. All right, there is that baby. Lois, does anyone else feel like a baby version of a Pokemon in a world full of fully evolved ones? Every goddamn day. Yeah. Alright. We got a pseudo on our hands. Let's go. That's it. Yep. I was definitely one of those people where I'm like, what's your favorite Pokemon? I'm like, name most common, popular, pseudo-legendaries. Yeah. Alright. 10 minutes. Let's go. Let's make a god. I don't think I've really been using this reference board. That's fine. All right, so that was our original, which is kind of baby as well, actually. Then we just went super baby. We kind of have like 1, 2, 3, 4 happening here. All right, so we have you into this one. I need this one. Great. So for a god, there's a couple like shortcuts you can do. which one is make the head smaller. If you want something to look big, the head needs to be smaller. If you want it to be baby, big head. All right, so that's there. And then now I'm gonna duplicate this body. And so I have this new copy that I can like fuck up. I'm just gonna stretch it and then taper. Stop. It needs to be really tall. So come on, accept. I'm gonna grab this middle section here and duplicate it and then mirror. And then we're gonna taper it again. If you say it looks like a Christmas tree, I'm gonna fight you. Because it does. All right, I'm gonna duplicate this and see if I can get some interesting shapes. I'm just gonna use like taper and twist and just hope for the best. Something do my job for me. Something, show me a cool shape that I want. I can mess with that. That's just a twist and it's got all busted, it's fine. And I can throw that here. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wanting. Early on, Aloha did a few mystery streams where they were like, don't think about 3D printing, just design. And then I kind of realized that like, that's the way I should always design, because it's not hard to make things 3D printable. Nope, that's not working. So let's see if I can, I'm trying to add like a whip, which anyway to it. It needs to have a, that is it. All right, I'm not gonna say it. All right, spiral brush will do it for me in a more consistent way. Yeah, spiral brush with Sculptress Pro is scary. I don't know if I want that. Yeah. Why is this looking like something out of Courage the Cowardly Dog a little bit? That show scared the shit out of me. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna duplicate this entire shape. I'm just gonna rotate it 180 degrees and stick it on its head and hope I get something kind of cool. This piece is too fucked, so that's just gonna get deleted. And then I don't want anything in front of its face, but that does feel grim dark. Don't hate that. Don't like this one. Do like this one. Come back to Sculptress Pro. Make it black. And now we are back to sculpting without seeing what we're doing. My favorite way to sculpt. Genuinely. It's so straight. My instinct is put a curve on everything, but I probably don't have to do that. But what if I did? Because I like this curve here. This is obviously wanting to go this way, and this one's kind of wanting to go the other way, which is how I constructed it. But what if it went this way? Don't like it. What if this was more? Yeah. What if it was even more? Yeah. Yes. Cool. These are cool, but I feel like I don't understand what I want to be here. Like if I was drawing this, I would want something there. That's pretty cool. I have an idea. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. All the more reason to do it. I think this silhouette needs like a inexplicable overarching shape. Bear with me. Yup. Because it's a god. I'm not fucking around. That doesn't look moth-like. That just looks like a leaf. It's fine. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think I can really do more than one. Because then the silhouette's pretty busted. But I think if I could find a way to do more than one, it'd be very successful. That didn't work. Just one. Just one that's detailed correctly. Maybe some taper. Gonna use Snake Hook and Sculptress Pro to add some more shapes. I don't like the feeling of those though. It needs to be kind of soft. There we go. It's also not tapering, like this is all like the same tube thickness, and that's fine. All right, this just needs to be like crazy wispy. This needs to be like you look at it and you're like, I don't want to print that. Cool. And then what if I grab transpose line and then just kind of messed around with it? What if it had multiple connections to the body? What if it had a connection to the ground? What if these little wispies also had an interaction? I don't think so. I think I'm doing better at trying to like say all the little thoughts in like the trying to like demystify the iteration process creatively, because it just looks like fucking magic. I know when it's happening. You're like, how'd you know how to do that? And I'm like, I didn't. I just thought maybe that might be cool, so then I did it. Times 1,000. That's it. And I don't care what it's gonna look like. That's the biggest thing. I think that like if you want to get better at sculpting or iterating or making cool shit, you have got to stop making art that looks good. And I know that sounds crazy, but like your brain is just awful at that, to be like, it seems dumb. Like, it's not helpful. Just do shit. It might be cool. It might not. It's digital. Fuck around, find out. It looks like a scythe, doesn't it? I can't figure out how to make this interesting. Ooh, yes I can. What if it was woven? What if it was like obvious? It's been 10 minutes. Okay. I follow my own rules. I had 10 minutes to make it a god. And I definitely did. It's a little too big. I kind of want it to fit on my screen. Which one is the original? I don't even know what's going on. Okay, I have the same thing there twice. This doesn't count. It's breaking my timeline. This is me figuring out what is going on. There we go. That's a better silhouette too. What if his head was like looking up at it, all dramatic? Yes! Oh, I love that. I didn't make the face older. All you have to do is just take their snoot and whoop, make it longer. And then I'll need to take my snake hook brush. Okay, I am 100% breaking my rules right now. Sorry. There. All right, let's line them up. We got a little guy. We got a baby. And then this is the first one that I made, actually, was this knot pose symmetrical concepting. And then we developed it a little bit more into this. These are gonna be difficult to fit on the same screen. If I rotate you. Fit on the screen. All right, and then the god. That was pretty fun. I had a good time. And this is kind of like our concept artboard that had a roll, I promise. I don't like how I arranged these. I'd like to do it again. That's the correct spot for this one. It's really the only place it can fit. And then I think it'd be funny if there was just like a bunch of the little babies right here, you know? To give scale. That one's gonna sit right there. Okay. Baby. And then we have plenty of room to fit the unruly teenager that just does not want to fit. It's because these things... How about I just hide one? There we go. Just hiding one works for now. Come on. Get in line. Assimilate. Yeah. And I can put this right here. It looks like a thing. Yay, that was fun. All right, how are we doing? I ignored you guys for another 10 minutes just so I could kind of iterate here. I'm reading a new username, which is kind of sending me for a loop. Freya Spartan, do you think buying 3D printer for selling or 3D sculpts is worth it? It can be. It wouldn't be the only reason. I had to pause because Spartan's the name of my horse and Freya is the name that I use for like all of my accounts. Like if I'm playing Animal Crossing, it's like, hey, what's your name? I never say Mia, I say Freya. So yeah. All right, but welcome in. How serendipitous. Anything else? Any other questions? Yeah, I agree. 10 out of 10 sculpt. Aw, thank you. I had so much fun. And then like from this, I would like to take these concepts and then fully detail, you know, realize them. That's something that I don't think I get enough practice in either. I have lots of finished models, obviously, but I don't have a lot of practice in detailing things in a gothic, grimdark way, which is maximalist and more is more is more. You need more. There is no, that doesn't look like it's practical. No, it just more. So yeah. Do not call it a Christmas tree. Thank you. Please and thank you. Witcha. Indeed. Very witcha. Will this even print? Yes. Who's been? That was so fun. I need to spend the 5 minutes it would take to get a fun render on this. Okay, I will do that. We have one little guy. Merge visible. A pen merged thing. You go here, you go here. Delete. Now where's our teenager? Who's missing an ear? Awesome. I got all 3 of our stages moved into one subtool here, and they're not screenshots, they're actually realized. There's one. And now I'm going to stage them the same way as before. This guy is difficult to get to fit. Fit. Probably as big as I can make it. Very cool. All right. I'm gonna go to my render sets, and there's a couple I like to try out. When Delia says, Mia, I keep printing things that don't work, so it must be the model's fault. Unrelated, I don't believe in supports. I love that, like, I don't believe in. Okay, this render is really funny because it put the baby in, like, darkness for some reason. I don't know why I put the baby in such darkness. Also, the baby needs to be smaller. Small. And you could afford to be smaller as well. Even smaller, sorry. You're just baby. I have had a not insignificant number of people that support me on Patreon print my models, and they're like, hey, like, your models are great, but I do have some print failures. I'm like, oh, like, what's going on? Because I tested my pre-supported files, I printed myself. And they show me, like, the model, and I'm like, did you print this with no supports? Like, you just put it on the print bed and, like, hope for the best? And they were like, yeah, isn't that what you do? I'm like, no, I can't believe you even have anything. One of them actually was this model that someone was like, everything printed except for this arm. It's pretty much a supportless model. And I was like, I can't believe you even ended up with anything. Yeah, the arm was missing, and then none of the birds had tails, obviously. And it was very funny. And they were super sweet, and they were super funny about it, being like, oh, do I need to add supports? I'm like, yes. That's why I have a pre-supported file in there. They were like, oh, I thought that was for something else. I'm like, yes, it's for 3D printing. Alrighty. I don't know why the baby is the black sheep and it is in pure darkness, but I think it's really funny, so I'm gonna keep it. Alright, we're gonna take a screenshot of this, and that will be today's stream. Smile. Awesome. So Fire says, I think my smooth brush is haunted. Did you know there are multiple different smooth brushes? So, when in doubt, just reset your brush palette. And if you have way too many polys, it won't work. And if it's fucking up your model, you might have Sculptors Pro turned on. I've done so many things wrong, guys. I'm like, it's one of these 1,000 things. How do I know? Because I've done them. It's time. Sweet. That's fun. Sapphire says, Mia, I forgot to say I printed the pangolin and he came to Disneyland with me. Are you serious? That is so funny. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. I love that. Hey, ZBrushing is back. Welcome back. Well, hello there. That was really fun, just kind of making something creative, kind of feed the art soul a little bit. It won't smooth the very edge loop. The very edge, you have to change your min connected points to 1. I will show you. Go to brush. Come all the way down to smooth brush modifier. Scroll down again. Change min connected points. Scroll it down to 1. And now you can smooth edges. Otherwise, you cannot. Hello has got you, but I like showing it on screen because when people have a question and actually voice it, that means about 1,000 other students had the same question. Yep. 0 or -1. Never mind, it was 1. I knew it was one of them. I don't think negative's an option. But I love that. I'm gonna start saying that. No, I'm not. I teach. I'm good. I'm not a menace. Alright, awesome. Well, that was really fun. Anyone hanging out that's new and lurking and shy and has a question and needs encouragement to ask that question, here's your encouragement. Ask me anything. I got no problem answering questions about art, goodness, 3D printing, all that stuff. And if you're still too shy, come lurk in our Discord. You can probably find the answer there. Or if you're just like an artist or a creative, we're always looking for more people to join the community. We're almost at 1,000 people, actually. I'll throw the invite in the chat. You're welcome to go lurk there as well. All right, well, this is so fun. I had a really, really good time with y'all. Tomorrow we have our gaming stream, and I'm actually launching a Kickstarter tomorrow. Have I mentioned that even once? I'm launching a whole Kickstarter project tomorrow. If you're already a legendary patron, you have all the models, so don't worry about it. Unless you just want to give me money for the sake of money, which, huzzah. But otherwise, I have an Enchant Forest pack coming out tomorrow. Yeah. Foxy, but Mia, how do I make money with art? You don't. Seriously though, I've had a lot of people ask me that question, and then follow-up question of how many models do I have to have finished before I sell them? 1. You only need 1. I have a lot of students that have this idea that they need to have like a finished catalog before they start uploading to Cults 3D. 3D Cults, what is it called? Cults? Whatever. In my mini factory. You can just list 1 model in your store. That's fine. That's more than fine. Yeah. Yeah. Game stream. I'm so excited to stream peek with you guys. It's gonna be great. And I'll have Ricky's me watching too to kind of make sure that like audio levels are going good, so we'll have backup support. Because the biggest issue is trying to figure out how to get you guys to hear me, the game, Aloha, and just Lingual. So yes. It was the weight strength tool. Oh, weight strength, 2. Oh, Z intensity? Oh, okay, that'll do it. Wait, no, it refuses again. Send me a screenshot. All right. Very good, very good. Huzzah. Hearts for Ricky. Oh, I haven't seen that in forever. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This was a really good time. If you had fun watching the stream, like the stream, it does make a difference. If you want to see more of the stream, subscribe. But your best bet, again, is join Discord. YouTube will tell you sometimes when I'm streaming. Generally, though, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Most days right now. But this was just great. I love hanging out with y'all. Okay, till next time, I'll see you tomorrow. And take care, okay? All right, get out.